He is a tall person who had eased his way so close to the furnace that steam rose from his wet rags. Now, why did the steam rose from his wet rags? He had drenched himself outside. It was raining. And then he went very close to the furnace. So he was completely drenched in water. So it felt like steam was coming out of his clothes. Why the steam was coming out from his clothes? He was wet and his clothes were extremely wet, but now he has come to a source where it is very warm. So this vapor and steam is coming out of his clothes. The ironmaster did not follow the example of the blacksmiths. The blacksmiths had said, stay there in that corner, sleep if you want. They did not talk to him. The ironmaster actually went to him, fairy tale, who hardly deigned, means descended to look at the stranger. The blacksmith did not even go close or went to look at the stranger. But as soon as the ironmaster came, he had come to see whether the work is being done or not. But where did he go? He went to the stranger. Again, fairy tale. He walked close up to him, looked at him very carefully. He went up to him, looked at him very carefully, then tore off. Tore off means removed, not tearing. Tore off means removed. So the forge is very, very dark. Plus it is very, very bright. Dark because it is night. Bright because iron ore is being melted. So you cannot sleep in the forge. So you have to cover your eyes to make it dark. So the guy had the cap on his head so that he can sleep. So the ironmaster pulled the hat to get a better view of his face. So he removed the hat so he could see the face.
But of course, it is you. Name is all he said. How do you look?
So he is naming the Rattrap peddler his name as Niels Olof. He is naming the Rattrap peddler as Niels Olof. This is his name, maybe first name and last name. How do you look? So he feels that this guy is somebody he knows. But we'll realize as we go forward that he does not know this person. Okay? He feels this guy is what is his name? Niels Olof. Chalo.
The man with the red cap had never before seen the ironmaster grounded and did not even know what his name was.
So it is very clear that this is mistaken identity. What is this? This is mistaken identity. Ironmaster feels that this guy is his friend or somebody, relative. But the Rattrap peddler has never seen the Ironmaster, never met him. So it is very clear that he is not his friend or his relative.
But it occurred to him that if the fine gentleman thought he was a cold
Acquaintance.
acquaintance, he might perhaps throw him a couple of nods. Therefore, he did not want to undeceive him all at once.
Okay, so he is again taking that Rattrap philosophy. You remember? Here it is extremely and absolutely clear that this guy is not his friend. Yes or no? So sometimes when we know the truth, but if we have an advantage to take from somebody, we will not tell the truth. Because we want to take that short-term advantage. So here the truth is that he does not know the Ironmaster. And the Ironmaster says, you are my friend. But he directly does not go and tell him that, no, I have never seen you, I am not your friend, I have never met you. How can you be my friend? He is not saying that. Instead, he is not telling that, he is just saying, oh, okay. Not giving out complete information. Why? Again, because he is poor. And he is taking his own rat trap again. He thinks that if a rich man knows him, and if he sees his bad condition, he has stolen 30 kroners already. So his month or two are set. He will not have to, he can have a relaxed life. This guy knows him, he thinks he's a friend, so looking at him, he might also give him some kroners. And that is why he does not undeceive him. Which means what? Write it down, that he does not tell openly that he is not his friend. He is not honest. Again, so again he is taking his own philosophy, the rat trap, because if he is honest, then the Iron Master will go away. But again he is taking a rat trap and he is now again putting him in a rat trap. But what can he do? He's a poor person. It's the same mindset that we have. We want to study, but what can we do? We can't study. Today we'll do a lot of પ્રાર્થના. પછી આવ્યા પછી એવાને એવા છે. પ્રાર્થનાથી કામ નથી થતું, ખાલી વર્ક કરવું પડે. દોડી દોડીને પાછળ જાઓ તો બી કામ ના થાય. દોડી સાથે રહો તો બી કામ ના થાય. એકવાર સ્વામીજી અમને કીધેલું, અત્યારે નથી કહેવા જેવું પણ કહું છું તમને, કારણ કે આજે તમે બધી બહુ પ્રાર્થના કરશો. પ્રાર્થના કરવાની બેઠા બેઠા, તો પ્રાર્થના કર્યા પછી એમણે કીધું છે એવો ખટકો રાખવાનો જે આપણે રાખી શકતા નથી. એકવાર સ્વામીજીએ સંવાદ અમારી પાસે કરાવેલો. વી વેર પાર્ટિસિપન્ટ. સંવાદ એટલે શું? ક્રિએટિવ એસેમ્બલી. ધીસ વોઝ ઇન ધ યર 2005 and 6. સંવાદ બહુ મોટો હતો અરમાનભાઈ. 4 hours લોંગ. હાઉ મેની? 4 hours લોંગ. ઇટ હેડ બીન લેટ ઇન ધ નાઇટ. કાલે લેટ આવ્યા ને, 1 વાગી ગયો હતો રાતના. 1. ઇટ વોઝ અ 3-day શિબિર. સો એવરીબડી વોઝ ડેમ ટાયર્ડ. Of course, Swamiji would be tired, but he, after the samvad, he sat and he did ghosting. He took the mic, and in the mic he said, કે તમે મારા પર સૂઈ જાઓ, એટલું ખબર પડે. હું તમારા પર સૂઈ જાઉં. તમે કન્ટિન્યુઅસલી મારા ઉપર દૂધથી અભિષેક કરો. તમે મને સોને ને ચાંદીથી તોલો તો પણ હું રાજી થાઉં. એમાં તો મોટી સ્પિરિચ્યુઅલ વાત હતી. એમાં સ્વામીએ એવું કીધેલું કે નાનામાં નાના હરિભગત હોય એનો દાસનો ગુલામ થઈને રહે તો ભગવાન રાજી થાય. આપણે વિચારી લેવાનું, ક્લાસમાં આપણાથી મોટા નાના ભાઈઓ છે, ટીચર્સ છે, આપણે એમનું બધું ગમાડી શકીએ છીએ? નથી ગમાડી શકતા. દેટ મીન્સ ભગવાન રાજી થવાના નથી. સ્પિરિચ્યુઅલ વાત છે. એને સિમ્પ્લિફાઈ કરી દઈએ. ગમે તેટલી પ્રાર્થના કરો, 90% કામ મહેનતથી થાય અને બીજું 10% કામ આશીર્વાદથી થાય, ભજનથી થાય. ભજન તો કરવાનું જ છે, પણ જે 90% આપણે ના મૂકીએ તો 10% કાંઈ થાય નહીં. તો ગમે તેટલી પ્રાર્થના કરો ખાલી, પણ વર્ક ના કરો તો ભગવાન તમારું વર્ક ના તમને કરી આપે. 10% ભગવાનના હાથમાં છે, 90% આપણા હાથમાં છે. એટલે 3-4 જણને રાજી કરી લો, 4 ટીચરની પાછળ ફર્યા કરો તો બી તમારું કામ થવાનું નથી. તમારે જાતે તમારી અંદર જઈ પેન પકડી બુક પકડી વર્ક કરવાનું છે તો તમારું કામ થશે. તો તમને જવામાં આનંદ આવશે, બાકી તમારું કામ થવાનું નથી. ગમે તેટલા, શું કીધું હતું સ્વામીજીએ? મારા પર સૂઈ જાઓ, મને કોન્સ્ટન્ટ અભિષેક કરો. કોઈને સોને ચાંદી એ તોલે તો એ તો પોતાનો થઈ જાય ને, કે ના થઈ જાય? તમને બધાને હું જોઈએ એવું કરવા દો. આ 2 જણ ગયા એની જગ્યાએ બધાને કહું જાઓ એન્જોય કરો, તો તમે બધા રાજી થઈ જાઓ મારા પર. જે તમને જે વસ્તુ કરી આપે એનાથી તમે રાજી થઈ જાઓ. તો ભગવાન કહે છે હું થતો જ નથી. એને આપણી માટે સ્કૂલ બનાવી. તો આપણને ચાન્સ ના મળે, પણ આપણે જ્યાં બેઠા બેઠા પ્રાર્થના કરવાની હોય, અથવા જ્યારે નજીક જઈએ ત્યારે બહુ પ્રાર્થનાઓ નહીં કરવાની. નક્કી કરવાનું અંદરથી. શું નક્કી કરવાનું? મારે મહેનત કરવી છે, અથવા એક જ પ્રાર્થના કરવાની. મહેનત થતી નથી, તમે બળ આપજો. ક્લાસમાં ટીચર્સ ભણાવે છે, અમે કહીએ છીએ અમારે ભણવું છે, આ પ્રાર્થનાઓ કરીએ છીએ, પણ અમે કરી શકતા નથી. તમે મહેનત કરવાનું બળ માંગજો. આવું માંગવું, તમે કરી આપજો એવું ના માંગવું. આપણાથી મહેનત થતી નથી. આપણે બધું મફત જોઈએ છે. લેબર માણસે બી મહેનત કરવી પડે. આ ઝાડ રોપવા હોય તો એમને રોપાઈ જાય? એઆઈને કહી દેવાય? તો તમે ભગવાનને એઆઈ જ માન્યા ને, આશીર્વાદ આપી દેશે, એમને થઈ જશે. મહેનત કરવી. કમિંગ બેક ટુ ધ પોઈન્ટ. સો હી ઇઝ ફોલિંગ ઇન ટુ હિઝ ઓન rat trap. ચલો. And then he adds, why? He wants sympathy. So over here he wants sympathy. He does not clearly say he's not his friend, and he is gathering sympathy. Why he is gathering sympathy? Sympathetic સામેવાળો માણસ થાય તો શું કરે? He'll give him more money. Yes or no? Yeah. So it is like the Ashwatthama. You know the story of Mahabharat? Yes? There was news on the ground that Ashwatthama has died, Ashwatthama has died, Ashwatthama has died. So Dronacharya ran to Yudhishthir, and Yudhishthir was an honest person. Always he had spoken true. And he knew that Ashwathama, the elephant, had died, but not the son of Dronacharya. He is still alive. Yes or no? But he said he does not know. So he did not undeceive himself. સમજ પડી? Half truth or not saying he was dishonest. આપણે એવું હોય ને, ચોરી કરી ના સર ખબર નથી, બધું ખબર હોય પણ ના કહીએ. Undeceive, not being honest. And then add to get sympathy. સર મને એવું લાગે છે આવું કર્યું હોય. You put somebody in the wrong direction also. Yes, God knows things have gone downhill with me, he said. See, what is he gathering? Sympathy. So the person will give him money. Barabar? He has 30, he gets more, he survives. Chalo.
You should not have resigned from the regiment.
Regiment.
Said the Iron Master. There was a mistake. If only I had still been in the service at the time, it never would have happened. Well, now of course you will come home to me.
Okay, so now this guy thinks that this guy is the friend from a regiment, friend from army. So both of them, he thinks that both of them were in the army. The Iron Master has left the army early, and this guy was still there. You should not have resigned from the regiment. So he was still there, and Iron Master, he had left, and Iron Master was still there. And then he had got lost. And now he's seeing him. So he believes that this guy is his friend from the army. So he's saying, that was a mistake. Why did you leave the regiment? See, if you had not left the regiment, you could have been part of the army. You could have been still earning pension. And you would not be in a dire state. But do you think really this guy is from the army? No. This is a poor man. It is a mistaken identity. If only I had still been in service, only I over here, Iron Master. If I had been in service, I would not have allowed you to leave the regiment. And if you would have not left the regiment, you would have still been in the army. And even after you retire from the army, the government takes care of you. Yes? It would have never happened. What would have never happened? This bad condition. This bad condition of the peddler would have never happened. But now what is he saying? Now he is throwing something that will shock the peddler. He is saying he is not giving him money. He said, come home. Now why would the peddler not want to go home? Because he has stolen 30 kroners first. Not go to Iron Master's home. Why? One, stolen 30 kroner. Second, not the friend of Iron Master. And third, if he goes, he will get caught because he has stolen. And he did not expect this. What did he expect? Out of sympathy, what will the Iron Master do? Just give him money and go away. The Iron Master is saying, come home. He is even a better host. Do you think this guy will go? No, because he has not been honest. And then if he goes home, it is dark right now. In the light, anybody would come to know that this guy is not his friend. Okay? Sure.
To go along manor house, and he received by the owner like an old rudimentary bread. However, he did not leave the tent.
Manor house means bungalow or the big house. Big house of the Iron Master. And then he is saying that if he would to go along with the manor house and be received by the owner as the old regimental colleague, that however did not please the tramp. Why? Because of these three reasons. Because of these three reasons. Chal.
answer.
He said no, he does not want to go with him, and we know the reasons, right? And he is alarmed, he is surprised, he is shocked. Why is he shocked? Because he was expecting money, but now this guy is going to wants him to go home with him because he thinks he is his close friend.
He thought of the dirty ground. To go up to the manor house would be like throwing himself voluntarily into the lion's den. He
So
only
hold on. So if he goes to the manor house, it would be like throwing yourself, means walking where the lion lives, and lion will eat you. What is the parable over here? What is the connection over here? He will get caught. He will get caught. Walking into a lion's den is an idiom. He will get caught. And voluntary means on his own. He is not being forced. On his own. So it is like the Hindi thing. खुद के पैर पे कुहाड़ी मार देना. चलो.
he only wanted a chance to sleep here in the body and then sink away and
Inconspicuously as possible. So here he had just come to sleep and save him. Remember? He was lost. He was lost in the jungle, and then he wanted to sneak away, means go away secretly. Inconspicuously means not letting other people know. Secretly. As possible. Why? Of course, because he has stolen the money of the crofter. Chalo.
the Iron Master assumed that he felt embarrassed because of his miserable clothing.
So the Iron Master felt that this guy does not want to come. He is his friend, but he does not want to come home because he will be embarrassed, because he is dirty, he is in rags, he is not clean, he does not have money, he has Rattrap. He thinks that if he will go to his home, what will other people think about him, and that is why he is denying. But we know that he is denying because actually he is not his friend. So if that is the case, if your good friend is, you meet your good friend, what will you do? You will try and convince him. You will try and convince him. So now he is going to try and convince him that please come, nothing will happen. Don't worry about your clothes, your current condition, your rat traps, right? You are coming to my home and it will be okay. You are coming to a friend's home, I will take care of you, don't worry. So he's going to try and convince the rat trap peddler.
Please don't think that I have such a fine home.
See, this is convincing. Don't worry that you will spoil my home. Second,
He said, Elizabeth is died.
so
Everything else-
Elizabeth is the wife of the Iron Master. She is also dead. Chalo.
My bodies are abroad, and there is no one at home except my oldest daughter and myself. We were just saying that it was too bad. We didn't have any company for Christmas. Now come along with me and help us make the Christmas food disappear a little faster.
So he is explaining, he is trying to convince that you can come to my home, don't worry about your appearance, your clothes, anything. My wife is dead. My boys are abroad, maybe for education or whatever. They are not there in the house. Generally, during the Diwali days, during the Christmas days, everybody in the family, wherever they are, they come back home. That is the idea for everybody. Right? But here maybe his boys have not come. So there are only two people in the house. Him and his older daughter. Her name is not given over here. Yet. It will come. And he's saying that come home for Christmas. We were thinking that we are lonely. Again, which theme comes here? Remember? Yes or no? We have so much money. We have so much food. And then what is a better thing to spend that money and food on a relative, on a friend, on the auspicious occasion of Christmas? I told you December 23rd, 24th, and now he is making very clear that Christmas. On holidays, on the days of the festival, generally you want to be nice. You want to be giving. But there is nobody for them to give to, and then they have found a friend who is needing help. So they also people who believe in spirituality, they also feel like if they help a person who is in need, especially during the time of the festivals, God will be kind to them. So that is one the other reasons why he is trying to convince him to go home. Chalo.
But the stranger said no, and again no. And the ironmaster saw that he must give in.
So he was firm, and he was firm in saying no. And because he knows that if he goes, he is not his friend, he will get caught. So he said no, 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 and the ironmaster gave up. He said, okay, you don't want to come up? Yes. Still he was expecting, okay, when he will say no, 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 the ironmaster will at least say, keep this, don't come home. At least get a pair of clothes, shower, get a haircut done, get your beard shaved off, get some food to eat. Yes or no? But the ironmaster does not do that. He does not give him any money. He wanted to take him home. Chalo.
Which looked as if our captain won't prefer to stay with you tonight.
Okay, so here it is not very clear, but we have to figure out Niels Olof was the first name or the last name, I don't know. And then the second name of the Rattrap peddler that the ironmaster thinks he is Von Stale. So Von Stale, Neil Olof or Niels Olof, Von Stale. So then he is talking to the blacksmith. There is master blacksmith and his apprentice. And the name of the master blacksmith is what? Sturgeon Storm. And turned his heel. See, I have tried to convince him, but he does not want to come. The blacksmith and the helper would also have felt sad that this guy is ready to take some ragamuffin to his house on Christmas. He is not inviting us. They could have felt bad that we are working for him in his factory in the night. Yes or no? Not given over here. But literature, if you think deeply, it has a lot of meaning. He should have invited them or not? Yes or no? But this is life. And sometimes in life you get left out. So, chal.
But he laughed to himself as he went away. And the blacksmith, who knew him, understood very well that he had not said his last word.
So every night or whenever he would come, right? Whenever if I am taking around or other teachers are taking around, if the teacher is not there in the class, what would we say? Bhanjo bhai sahab. Yes or no? So if a supervisor, if a owner is coming to the factory in the night, what will he tell in the end to the workers? Make sure you work and don't sleep. But today he has not said those words. But otherwise he has said, see again not clear over here, right? But he laughed to himself and he went away. And the blacksmith who knew him understood very well that he had not said it his last words or word. To work properly in the night, to not sleep. This is what supervisors, teachers, coaches, managers, leaders have to do. Because then human beings are stupid. They will get back to their natural thing of what they are doing. Barabar?
It was not more than half an hour before they used the sound of carriage wheels outside the
Forge. So again half an hour he must have slept. And then there was a sound of a carriage wheel. Carriage wheel means old time car. Horse cart. Carriage wheel means horse cart. Cars were not there. So rich people used to travel by horse cart.
A new guest coming, but this time it was not the ironmaster. He had sent his daughter, apparently hoping that he would bring better powers of precaution than he himself.
So it is said by the author over here that the ironmaster had sent his daughter to convince the peddler to go back home, thinking that the daughter would have better convincing power. So who has come in now? Two people were there, daughter and ironmaster. Boys are home, nobody is there, so the daughter has come. Clear?
He entered, followed by a valet.
Valet means a servant. You must have heard this word very commonly in parking lots. Valet parking. Valet parking is servant parking actually. Valet quarters, servant quarters. So somebody, helper, had come with him.
carrying on his arm a big fur coat.
Fur coat was for whom? The peddler.
She was not at all pretty, but seemed modest and quite shy.
So this is the character of the daughter. Modest means simple, and shy, and we know shy. Not very pretty, simple lady. But she had come in to convince the Rattrap peddler to go back home with him. Barabar? Chal.
In the forge, everything was just
Forge.
In the forge, everything was just as it had been earlier in the evening. The master blacksmith and his
Apprentice.
apprentice still sat on the bench, and the iron and the charcoal still glowed in the furnace. The stranger had
So it was still, people were still working like usual. The factory was working. The guy was sleeping just like you on the first bench. Why do we sleep first thing in the morning? I don't know why.
the stranger had dragged himself out of the floor and lay with a piece of a big iron under his head, and his head pulled down over his eyes.
So he was lying down, and on his under his head was a pig iron piece which he used as a pillow, and on the top he had put his hat so that he can sleep. The brightness of the iron ore melting does not bother him to sleep. Clear or not clear, this is again you have to imagine. He was sleeping. Now do you think a pig iron is good as a pillow? Still he was sleeping. Poor people don't have anything. They survive. They survive.
As soon as the young girl caught sight of him, she went up and lifted his head.
So as the young girl went to him, she went and lifted his hat to talk to him. Of course, without with the hat on, you cannot talk to him, right? And he does not know she has come.
The man was evidently used to sleeping with one eye open.
Now this is important. He is a poor person. Do you think he has ever been able to sleep properly in his life? Why? Because he is always in that idea of danger, of being caught, of being beaten up. He is a poor person. He does not have a home. If he sleeps outside, there is a chance of animals roaming around. So always he has never been able to sleep properly. It is with poor people. It is with stressed people. People who get stressed too much, they don't accept the realities of their life, they can't sleep. And that is a big problem. Here, it is out of poverty. Yes or no? So he cannot go into deep sleep very easily. So whenever the hat was taken off, he suddenly woke up. Why does he suddenly wake up? Because he is always half asleep. He is not asleep properly. His entire life, he has not been able to sleep properly. He jumped abruptly, randomly, and seemed to be quite frightened. Why was he frightened? He had been frightened all his life. He had been frightened all his life because he cannot sleep properly. Because he is afraid. Because he is a poor person. Anytime he is sleeping on the road, the police may come and wake him up. So he is always afraid. So here also he is not sleeping properly.
My name is Agla Gilman Sun, said the young girl.
So what is the name of the daughter? Edla Wilmanson. You will have to remember the name and also the spelling maybe. You will have to remember the name and also the spelling. Chalo.
My father came home and said that you wanted to sleep here, for tonight.
Forge tonight.
And then I asked permission to come and bring you home to us. I am so sorry, Captain, that you are having such a hard time.
So she is now trying to convince the person to go with him, and she is saying all of this kindly, politely. And then generally this happens to somebody. Generally females convince you very easily. So they are kind, they are soft spoken. समझ पड़े छे? चलो.
She looked
So
at
my father came home and said that you wanted to sleep here in the fort tonight, and then I asked permission to come and bring you home to us. I'm so sorry, Captain. See, kindly. And she's calling him the captain. That you are having such a hard time. What is the hard time? Poverty. Chalo. Without a home.
She looked at him compassionately with her heavy eyes.
Compassionately. Which means kindly. With respect. Compassion. With some kind of, care. It is not love, but it is care.
And then she noticed that the man was afraid. Either he had stolen something or else he had escaped from a jail. She thought and asked quickly.
Okay. So she is smart or not? Yes or no? Maybe smarter than her father. She has figured out that this guy is not his father's friend. He doesn't look like a captain. An army captain is always looks different. And then if you've been in the army, generally you've seen life in a very bad manner. And generally people are tough. But sometimes army people also break down. So there are times in life when the strongest of the strongest people break down. But here, Edla is so smart that she has understood that this guy is not his father's friend. He is either stolen or he has escaped from jail. She could figure out from her body language, from his body language. So we know that she is very smart. But still, she is convincing him. Now, if you have realized that this guy is not your father's friend, will you still convince this person? No. But Edla, we'll come to know she is convincing this person for another reason. And we'll talk about that. One of the theme is loneliness. One of the theme is lonely. She is also feeling lonely. You understand or you don't understand? But there is other reason and we'll come to that. But when we realize that this guy is wrong, will we take him to our house? No. But Edla still tries to convince this person.
You may be sure, Captain, that you will be allowed to leave us just as freely as you came. Only please stay with us for Christmas Eve.
So she said this very kindly and compassionately. What did she say? She's giving him a promise that you will be allowed to leave. We will not keep you permanently in our house. Just as freely as you came. What does that mean? I will ask you no questions. Nobody will ask you any questions. You come, you stay with us for the Christmas and then you go away. Now again, why is she doing this? Again, it is believed in spirituality that the best time to help other people when they are in need is in the time of the festivals. People donate during the times of the festivals generally. Why? Because you think you have more and then you can share your riches with other people and they will get happy because they don't have those things during the festivals. Why do we give a box of mithai to our workers during Diwali, or we give them a bonus? Why do we do that at that point in time only? Because it's the time of the festivals. They have less than us, we have more, so we give them more, a little bit more, so that they become happy. It is kind of service. So here, why is she convincing this person? Because it is Christmas. She wants to take him home, and he is a poor person, and she wants to serve a poor person, and also maybe take blessings of God. समझ पड़े छे के नहीं? She is a Christian woman, and she is convincing, she is believing that if you help somebody during the times of the festival, God will be kind to you. So that is why not given in the textbook, and I want you to write it down because this is not very clear. Why is she convincing him this much? Why is she convincing him this much? Why has she come? Not because this guy is her father's friend only. She has already realized that. But she wants to help a poor person. And she promises. And her promise is very genuine. When you are positive, your vibrations touch other people. When you are kind, the other people wants to come near you. When you are kind, when you are polite, when the heart is pure, right? Everybody listens. Even the common person can get convinced. There are other people who have the ability to convince in a wrong way, but here she is convincing the person in a very nice way. This guy will go with her. Why? Because he has been genuinely promised that nothing wrong will happen. But still, do you think for peddler it is a good idea to go? No, it is not a good idea. No, it is not a good idea. બટ ઘણી વાર આપણે કન્વિન્સ થઈ જઈએ અને શી ઇઝ ગિવિંગ વેરી જેન્યુઇન પ્રોમિસ એન્ડ દેટ ઇઝ વાય હી હેઝ ગોટ કન્વિન્સ્ડ. ચાલો.
She said this is such a friendly manner that the Rattrap peddler must have felt confidence in her.
સો સી કેવી રીતે વાત કરી? વેરી ફ્રેન્ડલી મેનર. સો શી બિલ્ડ ટ્રસ્ટ જસ્ટ બાય સ્પીકિંગ. If you are kind, if you are gentle, if you are good, you will have good friends. You will be able to tell them nice things. But we are kind, gentle, good friends, but generally we don't tell our friends good things. વાણી મોટામાં મોટી વસ્તુ છે. ઘર બી બરબાદ કરી નાખે અને સારું કામ બી કરી આપે. You have to have a very good વાણી. સ્વામીજી used to say. ચલો, spoken language.
It would never have occurred to me that you would bother with me yourself. He said, I will come at once.
So he got convinced. It would have never occurred to me that you would have bothered with me yourself, miss. તમે આયા પોતે, being the daughter of the house. Generally, we don't send our daughters to convince other people, okay? But when somebody is genuine, you come to know that this person is genuine. And he got convinced. Again, a fairy tale. We know some problem arises, then there's a solution. Then again some problem arises, then there's a solution. Now he's going, the problem is he should not go, but he's going to the house. And then when he goes to the house, what will happen? He'll get figured out. Because he's not his father's friend. Yes or no? Chal.
He accepted the fur coat.
So he accepted the fur coat. See, the fur coat was brought because it was very cold outside. And who had brought it? Edla had brought it. And for whom? The peddler.
Which the welt handed him with a deep blow.
The servant gave him with a deep blow. એને બી પ્રેમથી આપ્યું.
Threw it over his legs and followed the young lady out of the carriage without meeting the stone blacksmith so much as a glance.
So now here the blacksmith would be also sad. Yes or no? They were arrogant with this man, and now this man is going with the owner's, not the owner's daughter away. They would have felt sad. Yeah, you know, you have come, at least talk to us. You are the daughter, you could have said, how are you? Is your work going well? But again, it is, you know, life. It is life. Sometimes you get left out, and it is okay. Right? And if you don't want to get left out, you have to raise your standards. We have been talking about that. And how do you raise your standards? You chase people, you do your work, and your standards will be raised automatically. You remember Bama? Yes? Similar? You can relate. They ask questions like this. How did Bama lift her standards? She kept on doing the good work, and your standards get lifted. People will automatically come to you and talk to you. But you don't want to lift your standards. You just want to ask silly questions. What will happen? You have to work. You have to work. Chalo.
But while he was riding up to the manor house, he had evil falls on him.
He had evil thoughts again. What thought will come to his head again? That his philosophy will come back. That why did he take the crofter's money? The world is a rat trap. Yes or no? Evil thoughts. Chala.
Why the devil did not take the fellow's money? He thought, now I am sitting in a trap and will never get out of it.
So now he understood that he should not have stolen money. Yes or no? Sometimes we know that this is not right. We know for 10 years, 11 years, 12 years now that it is not right to waste the self study time. It is not.